every man cheats.
No.
But what if a man said that all women are gold diggers?
You got me there.
Yeah, shut up.
Just like men are more willing to accept negative generalizations about women than they are about men. The thing is, there's no...
Hey, bro. Hey, somebody click this shit up. What's going on, y'all? We got a whole nother fucking video for y'all, man. Got to tap in with this shit. Another It's Complicated reaction. I've been grinding with these hoes. This is the second one out for y'all. This one after the one that I'm finna chop up and edit right now. So anyway, well, not right now, but after I get done recording. So anyway, the title of this video, The Exception. Probably finna start talking about the exception of the rule and how people tend to always use that to base their arguments and shit like that. So let's get into it. Let's see what this shit talking about. But I'm already knowing. Psych, nigga, y'all for better like that fucking video. Like the video up, man, for real. That shit help with the algorithm. I be telling y'all that shit. Liking the video, the click-through rate, the watch time, all that shit, man. Y'all folk turn me up. Like I said before, y'all don't even have to watch the videos all the way through. They just put that shit on mute and let it play. Like, that's the least you could do if y'all really fuck with a nigga. Anyway, let's get into it for real.
What is the definition of common sense?
Wow, I knew it was gonna be like crazy. Free. Oh shit.
Definition of I would say probably just knowing what to do, when to do it, in the right place at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Is common sense common?
Nah, it really ain't, bro.
Good question, actually. Common sense.
There's a whole, bro, it's a saying behind that for a reason. That shit really not. A lot of folk, bro, here's the thing that I've thought of before. Some of y'all niggas watching me, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all might fall into this percentage. A large proportion of the population is fucking stupid. I'm sorry, bro. These are the same people voting this shit, bro. A lot of folks, bro, and I don't know, maybe I need to get out more, but from what I be seeing, like, they just be dumb, bro. Like, people, they really just be dumb. I don't even know what else to say.
Normal logic?
Things that are known by most people. It may be an idea. It might be a social norm. It might be things that you gain through life experience as an adult.
Like if
answer.
You know right from wrong, kind of.
Is common sense
common sense and morality is not the same thing.
It should be, but it's not.
If not, why do we still call it common sense?
That's a good question.
Uncommon sense.
Well, what else would we call it? What would be another word for common sense?
Wisdom?
Wisdom, knowledge, but we call it that either way, both ways.
Do you believe that feelings are more important than facts?
I do not. Feelings are real and they should be acknowledged, but they shouldn't be disregarded when there are facts presented.
Great answer. Great answer, wifey. That's a beautiful answer. Facts over feelings. Especially like coming from a woman, because like a lot of women, they like to lead with their feelings. I'm glad that you said that. That's a W answer right there.
Do you believe that feelings are more important than facts?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yo, what? I just hit my fucking funny bone. Stop it. Stop it.
Do you believe that feelings are more important than facts?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Y'all got me fucking up the video. Y'all got me fucking up the video with y'all goofy ass fucking statements, bro. Feelings over fact. This is why the world's so fucked up now, bro. This is why we headed. Look, let me stop. I'm gonna go on a whole tangent. We're gonna have a 30-minute video, but this is why, bro. This is why things been steering the way it been steering now. They be putting feelings over facts, and that should be turning everything upside down.
No.
No.
You could be upset by a fact.
Yes,
but that doesn't
disagree.
mean that the
Good
fact's
job.
wrong.
Exactly.
Good.
I think facts matter over.
WNPCs, disagree. Fight the system. Fight the system. WNPC right there.
Feelings are validated, but they're not like overruled by facts.
Good job. Resist the hive mind. No hive-minded shit around. Check
How
your
do you know
girl.
the difference between what you feel and what you know?
These are
Well,
hard.
because
you know stuff that's factual and you feel stuff that's obviously not factual. Facts are just made up of people's words, and words are made up by humans, and everything's fake.
No.
How can you tell the difference between what you feel and what you know?
Following your gut.
How can you tell the difference
No.
between what you feel and what you know?
Ooh, that's a really hard question. I would say that if you can't directly state it without saying I think or I believe, then that's more of a feeling.
Feelings
But
are
even
like
I believe
waves.
to
They
that,
come
but
and
I get
go,
what you're saying.
and they're not always the exact same. Like I can feel one way in one moment because I smelled something that's nostalgic, and I can feel another way in a different moment. But what I know is like substantial. It's objective. It's factual. It's data. You know.
What does it mean to make generalizations?
To assume
question.
about a group of people, a group of places, one thing is true about all of them.
How do you define or even describe
Generally,
something
not-
without generalizing?
Because you can still make generalizations and apply exceptions inside of that generalization. You don't necessarily got to be like, oh, this is all. And I think when people get that mixed up, that's why they have such a hard issue accepting or generalizing things, because they think that generalizing is you saying all. It's not you saying all, that's you saying most. But people ignore the most and just think all. Like, no.
All of them.
How do you define or even describe something without generalizing?
Good
I
point.
would say you have to have more facts, more information about it,
No.
and be able to specifically name. That's a very hard question. Generalize.
You can't, bro. You have to generalize. And then because there's so many complex like things and ideas in the world that you have to generalize, so then that way the majority of the people have a place to start with, to actually begin to understand what you're saying, or like the idea that you are explaining. But if you don't generalize, then people, they don't have no information to pull from, like, oh, I've seen something like that, or I've heard something like that, or I know something like that. Like, you just can't do it, bro.
You're gonna put that in there and be like, this woman.
Don't dogs typically bark?
My dog does. Yes.
Aren't NBA players generally tall?
Yes.
Why is it so hard for people to identify patterns in the world?
Because there's so much diversity.
Every rule has an exception. Once might be a fluke, twice might be a coincidence, 3 times or more might be a pattern. So if there is one single exception, for example, no, I personally believe, in my opinion, that does not disprove the rule.
Are feelings more important than facts?
Ooh, I'm a middleman again. Yeah, you led me
No.
to that one. But
Stop being
I
a fence
believe,
rider.
I believe a good middle ground is feelings and facts, and be able to control your own feelings and your own emotions based on facts.
What y'all think, bro? What's the breakup in that shit, bro? I'm thinking 70-30. 70 fat, 30 feelings. What y'all think? Y'all let me know in the comments.
Facts, but everyone's different.
NBA players are often tall. Dogs usually bark. I get that. So generalization is helpful in that, and it's something that people generally know. But at the same time, there are exceptions to these rules. The exception, every rule has an exception. That's something.
Well, let me ask you this. At what point does a generalization become a stereotype?
At what point does a generalization become a stereotype?
I think a generalization can become a stereotype when it begins to not lead more on a fact-based reality and instead becomes a more emotional-based reality, or something that lacks like actual knowledge behind it, bro.
When that generalization has negative connotations and that generalization no longer matches the majority.
So is it okay to make generalizations if it has a positive connotation?
Now that's a gray area. It's a gray area. If it's okay to
No,
make
you should be able to make
generalizations,
no. You should be able to make generalizations, period, bro.
If they have positive connotations. Here's the thing. When you make generalizations, this may sound like it's ducking the question, but if you're going to make generalizations, at least acknowledge the possibility that you might be wrong.
Aren't jokes funny because they point out uncomfortable truths?
Absolutely. I had a biology teacher once who used to say that we laugh at jokes because we're uncomfortable.
Women will often say things like, all men cheat or men only want one thing. Are women more likely to accept negative generalizations about men than they are about women?
Yes,
Yes,
that's very true.
that's a
Yes,
fact.
because there's so many
That's a
negative.
fact. That's a fact, bro. And I hate that, bro, because you see a pattern of that just like everywhere. It's okay to generalize. Men say, you know, men ain't shit. All men are dog. Men only want to fuck. You generalizing us. But when it comes to generalizations about y'all, and they don't even necessarily got to be negative, but just generalizations, period. Like, now y'all ain't cool with that shit. Now y'all ain't down with that shit. You're not that special, bro. You're not that special to think that, you know, like, generalization don't also apply to y'all.
Of experiences about men that it just makes it seem like every man cheats.
No.
Well, what if a man said that all women are gold diggers?
You got me there.
Yeah, shut up.
Just like men are more willing to accept negative generalizations about women than they are about men. The thing is, there's no...
Hey, bro. Hey, somebody click this shit up.
Another old saying, I got a million of these. Everybody is the hero of their own story. Everyone is the good guy of their own story. You want to believe that the side you're on is right. So you will... It's human nature in many ways. A lot of people look for things to prove, if even to themselves, that the side they're on is, for lack of better words, the winning side.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it when it comes to calling out female behavior, it depends on the woman?
Because we don't...
Chat, y'all say, facts. Facts. Fendi facts.
Calling out female behavior, it depends on the woman.
For lack of better words, the winning side.
Why is it when it comes to calling out female behavior, it depends on the woman?
Because we don't take it very well.
Why is it labeled sexist to make generalizations about women but not men?
I guess that's just how it's been going on for decades.
Isn't saying that masculinity is toxic generalizing about men?
Yes.
Why is it when giving a compliment, it's okay to generalize, but when giving a criticism, it depends on the person?
Because criticism can be positive or negative.
Why
because
is it labeled...
people, they just so soft. They don't like to hear negative shit. They don't like to, like, for reality to just slap them in their face and folks to really tell them about themselves. So people, they stray away from being uncomfortable and uncomfortable truths. So when you generalize, that applies more people into that uncomfortable truth that you might believe or that might actually be true to explain it. So now, because they don't like feeling uncomfortable, because they don't like negativity being thrown their way, or at least like the pressure of negative energy coming their way, they're going to reject that and be like, oh, well, you know, not all, or like, you know, that doesn't apply to me though. Like, we didn't ask you. We didn't ask about your personal experience. We're just saying generally, like, isn't this true about, you know, this group of people or like this idea and things of that nature.
Labeled sexist to make generalizations about women but not men?
I feel like it'd be fair to label them both. I don't think there's really an exception to be sexist if it's men or just a woman.
Isn't saying that masculinity is toxic generalizing about men?
You're right.
It
Yeah,
is.
that would be. Toxic masculinity would be a label that generalizes men, because masculine, you attribute that to the male gender. If there are just genders nowadays, who knows, right?
No.
Why do people often ask about somebody's
don't do that.
zodiac sign when meeting a potential love interest?
Hey, man. I'm finna break a lot of y'all hearts right now. That Zodiac shit is fake as fuck. Stop it. Stop. I don't fuck with the Zodiac. And what's crazy is that I used to be heavy into that shit too. But it's literally, it's a word in psychology. I think it's called the Barnum effect. Let me look it up. The Barnum effect, I think. The Barnum effect, also called the Forer effect. Shut up. Let's get to the point. We're gonna look at it. The Barnum effect describes when individuals believe that generic information, which could apply to anyone, applies specifically to themselves. This is literally a psychology term to explain ideas that people have that generally applies to most people, but they think that it would individually apply to themselves. And I literally just regurgitated this shit. But nah, bro, look, the bottom effect can systematically impact how larger companies engage and interact with the customers. Like, bro, it's a whole psychological. It's a whole psychological tactic, though. Let's see, is there any other? A cognitive bias that occurs when individuals believe that generic personality descriptions and statements apply to themselves. Y'all all are fools. Y'all are fools. Anyway, let's get back into this.
I think because some people like to generalize being born is how you act.
Because it's so
Isn't that
fun.
generalizing?
It's so fun to be
Do you
a
think it gives
Cancer.
false
I don't care.
expectations?
Yes.
Are women more likely to believe in things like astrology and crystals than men are, and if so, why?
I have met more women that do that, but once again,
Don't play that game. Don't play that game. Yes, it's okay to just... This is a W video, and you want to know why? Because this video is talking about generalizations. And then he chooses an argument to generalize to see how they react in real time. Think about that shit, nigga. Think about that shit. That shit smart as fuck, bro. That shit smart as fuck. What he just say? Run this shit back.
Are women more likely to believe in things like astrology and crystals than men are, and if so, why?
I have met more women that do that.
No, just...
But once again, we're trying not to generalize here, but I have met more women who believe in that kind of thing.
Is that not generalized?
Nah, let's generalize. Just say, yeah, y'all love the crystals, y'all love it. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. I like crystals too. I like crystals too. It's okay.
To talk about zodiac signs.
I have met more women who believe in that kind of thing, so...
Is that not generalizing to talk about zodiac signs?
It is. Absolutely, yes.
Do you think it gives false expectations?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are women more likely to believe in things like astrology and crystals than men are, and if so, why?
Yes. I want to hear why.
Yes. Because they're more open-minded, I would say. Like, they don't believe, like, men usually don't believe in bullshit. They want the facts. I know that now I'm generalizing, right? But it's true.
Is that not generalizing?
Oh, 100% it is. 100%. How can you say that some person won't be compatible with me just because they were born on a certain day when certain constellations were in the sky?
Oh, shit. That's crazy. Women don't like generalizing, but they love astrology, which is literally generalizing, bro. What an interesting world we live in.
0 sense. It makes 0 sense. Once again, lack of logic, lack of accountability. It's ridiculous.
Do you believe that's okay to generalize about men and women?
Definitely not.
Is generalizing always wrong?
Yes.
Why are there countless best-selling books like Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus if generalizing is always wrong?
Because people like that kind of stuff. They like to just believe that what they think is true and everybody else believes it.
Why are there several best-selling books like Men Are From Mars, Women
Well,
Are From Venus if generalizing is wrong? Because life is complicated. The truth is complicated.
My channel is complicated.
Your channel is complicated. Listen, I always say, I can do complicated just fine. It's the easy stuff I have trouble with. The thing is, life is complicated. The truth is complicated.
And people want answers. And when you generalize, it brings people closer to the truth. Take this. This be the truth. You can never reach the truth. But people, they add different points. And this generalization, or no, this is the fact. This is the generalization. They want to try to get as close to the fact as possible. And the closer they get to the fact, the more they fit in the generalization bubble. And so you have to take the generalization because it's the closest thing we have to the objective truth, because this is what most people think, feel, and believe objectively. Now, I know I might just confuse y'all, but I'm spitting. Y'all just trust me. I'm spitting, nigga.
Life is very rarely black and white. Black and white is simple, but reality is often more in shades of gray. So people often want to seek black and white answers to more easily explain and describe things that often may just be beyond man's realm of understanding.
Okay. Yeah. You're spitting. All right. We're going to wrap the video up there. 10 minutes. Yeah, y'all let me know if y'all love these reactions, bro. You know, I'm going to keep on, uploading these shits. You know, I love y'all. Y'all for like the video. Stay tuned. We back in a little bit. Peace.
Yeah, pump me up again. Yeah, we go through this again and again and again. She just wanna get higher than the twins. Talking towers, go to work, she put in hours. I'm so good like Austin Powers. We ain't got a groovy, we gon' make a movie. They fuck more than some rabbits, call them